The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday starts now.
Good evening from Brother Thomas More Stadium, Paul M. Young Field, side of the 6A quarterfinal. It's Male and St. X. Chris LeVar along with former Male Bulldog student-athlete Dion Reese. Welcome to Louisville. Dion, this Bulldog program, the improbable run continues into the quarterfinal round.
Yeah, things started off kind of slow for the Bulldogs this year. There was some uncertainty to start the season with the inexperience of the offensive line, and they've had their ups and downs and bright spots, but none brighter than last week. I don't think that anybody thought that they could have pulled it off except for the Bulldogs, but they did, and looking forward to a competitive contest this evening.
Defeated Manual 15-14, and not only on the scoreboard, but on the field they controlled time of possession and over 100 yards more than Manual, so a dominant performance in some ways.
Yeah, that was really surprising. I mean, hats off to Coach Wolf. You know, he put together a great game plan, and hats off to the players. I mean, they were able to execute it. I mean, that was a huge victory last week, and hopefully they can build some momentum and carry that over into this game here tonight.
St. X certainly the juggernaut despite the three losses. St. X is 9-3. They played a very difficult schedule, and they took care of business last week versus Bullitt East.
Oh, no doubt about it. They are that's a perfect a description of them. They're a juggernaut. I mean, they're explosive on both sides of the ball, and this is going to be a tough game for the Bulldogs, and they're at home, and again, it's going to be a tough match tonight.
St. X defeated Male 11 weeks ago very handily. We'll talk more in the pregame about some necessities for Male to maybe narrow that margin, but for you, what's most important for them this evening?
I think it's up front, man. If they can control that line of scrimmage and give Jordan Williams some time to be able to operate back there, and on the other side of the ball, if they can apply some pressure to the Tigers and just kind of disrupt things, that's gonna work well in their favor tonight.
St. X defeated Male on this field September 5th. That was a Labor Day weekend. They won it 38-7. Neither team resembles the one that played 3 months ago. The winner tonight moves on to the semifinal round. It's Male and St. X. Up next, we'll convene with Bulldogs coach Chris Wolf. He was very happy with his team's performance last week. You'll hear those comments on the other side of this pause. You're listening and watching Glycon.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 Male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit online at polorealestategroup.com.
6A quarterfinal tonight. It's male at St. X. Chris Wolf joins us ahead of the game. Chris, how uplifting was that big win last week versus Manual?
Oh, it's clearly one of the highlights of my career. 27 years of coaching, 16 years of that at Male. It's kind of a Hollywood script, to be honest with you, and it took a while for it to sink in. Because a lot of the fog of the game, as you know, and just the focus, and then after the game, the realization that we pulled it off was it still resonates today. It's a pretty remarkable game.
What's been the response of your team this week as you guys now focus on St. X?
Well, I thought before the Manual game, I felt like we had a good Monday, Tuesday last week, and Wednesday was so-so, but I thought we started the week really well, and that was before the game. It's easy after the game to say, oh, we practiced really great, but and then this week I think that translated. I thought we had a really good week. I thought we mentioned to them about how well we practiced on Monday and Tuesday, and we also mentioned that we thought Wednesday was a little bit of a average day, and so I think maybe they kind of took that to heart. And at this point, with only 8 teams left in 6A, I mean, if you can't put all you got into practice, then something's wrong.
So you're still alive in the big three. It looks like Christian White, Steron Davidson, Colin Jefferson are really elevating their play deep into this postseason.
Oh, absolutely. I kind of circled those 3 guys. We've known that they're probably the 3 most competitive guys on the team and the 3 most talented guys on the team. And it just got to a point where we need these guys on both sides of the ball, as many snaps as they can go. And, it kind of started at the end of the Bullitt East game where those guys were grinding it out, and it carried over into the second Manual game where down the stretch it was just the 3 of those guys making plays and being on the field.
Chris, Christian really feels like that he's going under the radar a bit. I know you're around him every day, but do you feel like maybe he's not getting the accolades he deserves?
Oh, he's an elite level high school player. He does so many things. Defensively on the D-line, he's quick and explosive. And then that translates that, he plays a tight end position for us. And he's caught the ball and he blocks really well. And then, of course, he's run the ball for us. There's just probably not that many versatile guys in the state of Kentucky that can be a dominant D lineman, come over, play a tight end position, an inline tight end, block and catch the ball, and then go to running back and have some of the runs that he had certainly last week was when he was highlighted. So, yeah, he's a very unique talent.
Certainly the weather this week been a little sketchy. How has that impacted you guys as you prepare for tonight?
0. People ask me what the weather is. I have no idea. I mean, we're going to play the game. We have turf field. So, I did not look at the weather at all. We practiced in the rain. Manual week 2 weeks ago, I think 3 or 4 days. I got probably strep throat. I was sicker than a dog. Friday night of the Manual Halloween night, which the game made me even sicker. But I don't know that I could have got much more sick. But we just go out and practice. Weather has not been an issue.
What's the key tonight with St. X, a team that had your number 11 weeks ago?
Well, I think you look back at that game and you just, first of all, we got beat in the special teams. They returned a kick. Marlon did. Like Mr. Football, returned a kick for a touchdown. He broke it open with a 45-yard run where we had 2 missed tackles. And then in the second half. We had a 4th and 2. The game was still kind of in the balance, and he broke loose on a 4th and 2 for a 55-yard gain. And then, he had an interception when we were driving one other time. And then I'm sure he did something else, but that's what I can remember off the top of my head. So I think that speaks to if we can somehow contain him. The quarterback is very similar to the Manual quarterback. He's got great feet. He loves to extend the pocket. He scored at least a couple of touchdowns against Manual, extending the play and finding guys down the field and kind of scramble roll drill. So those are two big things. And then you got to find a way to be able to move the ball against their defense. We didn't move the ball very well in the first game. And if we have to be able to move the ball, and that helps protect the defense. You saw that last week with us being able to move the ball, and so the defense didn't have to have as many snaps, particularly with our top guys having to play both ways. That'll be important.
All the best tonight, Chris. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Chris Wolf back after this on Glycod.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com. Celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Tonight's broadcast is copyrighted by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA and Glycod are prohibited. 15 minutes ahead of Male and St. X in 6A quarterfinal action. Dion hearing Coach Wolf talk about a couple of keys. He focused a lot on Marlon Harbin. There have been so many great players that have played at St. X, but perhaps none as efficient as him, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I would agree, and it's going to be important that they keep him to an average game. I don't think you really shut down a player like Harbin, you know what I mean? But they've got to be able to get to him early and often on the defensive side of the ball, and don't let him get ahead of steam up because he's tough to get to the ground.
Marlon Harbin, through the career, he plays multiple positions at receiver, 2,300 career receiving yards and 23 touchdowns. As a running back, over 1,000 yards on the ground, 22 scores. And then as a lockdown corner, he's elite, and he'll also return kicks.
Yeah, I mean, he's an all-around player. I mean, he's got everything that it takes on the football field to help your team propel and win a state championship. And he's got St. X on that path tonight. So hopefully Mel again can contain him on both sides of the ball and don't let him have one of his all-star games, because if he does, it could be a tough night for him.
And for Male, you've got a two offense defense type player, Christian White, what he's been able to do both running the ball and then rushing the passer at defensive end.
He's been huge the last few weeks. I mean, and no better really than last week. I think he had 3 catches for 91 yards. It was like every time he touched the ball on offense, he was breaking for 20, 30 yards. And he's also the anchor of that defense. So again, man, a lot of the success for both of these teams is hinging on both of those players' performances tonight.
And the seniors, certainly for Male, the big 3, and Chris talked about it, they really picked up their play. Steron Davidson and then Colin Jefferson, that catch and that 2-point conversion last week, that's something else in Male history, going to go down in the annals of that school.
Oh, no doubt about it. That was a huge play. It was a game winner, you know what I mean? And he hadn't had this over-the-top explosive season, to be quite honest, in terms of stats, but he's dangerous, you know what I mean? You get him in the open field, he could take it to the house at any time.
And then Jordan Williams at quarterback for the Bulldogs, 55% completions, over 1,000 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, and he seems like he's getting more comfortable as the season continues on.
Oh, he's comfortable. I mean, for the last few weeks, to be quite honest, he's been looking like the veteran quarterback that he is. He's looking really comfortable back there, and when he's comfortable and you can give him some time, this Male High School offense can be dangerous.
More coverage ahead. We've got kickoff in 13 minutes. We'll talk about keys to the game. We'll talk more about this St. X program and legendary head coach Kevin Wallace. More coverage live from St. X. It's Male and the Tigers live tonight on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blind to rent, not just blinds.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.semin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
A soggy and damp Friday evening at St. X. 9 minutes ahead of kick between the Male Bulldogs and the St. X Tigers. Two legendary head coaches amongst the 7 officials right now out at the 50. Kevin Wallace for St. X, Chris Wolf for the Bulldogs. And Dion, this is the swan song for Kevin at St. X, and there's a lot of great coaches in this game, but he's perhaps the head of the list of all the accolades that he's accomplished.
Oh, no doubt about it. He's he's Hall of Fame high school coach. Just waiting to happen. I mean, he's had a really storied career, and and these kids here know that, and they're going to try to do everything they can to send him out on top.
Kevin, 370 wins as a high school coach. That's third most amongst current Kentucky high school head coaches. 5 state titles, 4 of which occurred at the preceding job at Bowling Green. And all the success, he's got 3, or his teams have 3 separate winning streaks of more than 25 games.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, it's incredibly impressive. I mean, his record speaks for itself. His success speaks for itself, and he's actually got a ton of talent. So
he does.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough victory for the Bulldogs to be able to pull off tonight.
Let's talk about some St. X key players. Key players. We talked about Marlon Harbin, Mason Trimble, the quarterback, 76% completions.
I mean, those Trimble. I mean, he's as good as you get in terms of a high school quarterback. I mean, he's a senior, he's a veteran. He can run the ball, he can pass the ball, and again, he's got so much poise back there in the pocket, man. He's a handful if you don't get some pressure on him.
Balanced running game. Cooper Davis Yates, 463 rush yards. Wyatt Graven, 350 rush yards. We've already told you about Marlon Harbin. And then receivers, you've got 3 guys that have caught more than 25 balls. They just spread it around out there.
Yeah, again, they got a ton of talent. Coach Wallace has put together a great offense and a great scheme for them guys to be able to have some success in. And, again, it's going to be a strong performance for the Bulldogs to be able to pull off a victory.
St. X Tigers defense led by linebacker and U of L commit Karsten Bush, 98 tackles at linebacker. He'll also play some tight end. And then you've got Brennan Garr, the nose man, 8 tackles for a loss. And really one of the keys, and you'll talk about it, who can control the line of scrimmage tonight?
Yeah, that's going to be huge. I mean, again, there's so much talent on both sides of the ball, and I think we'd have to give the edge to St. X tonight. You know what I mean, in the talent category. But whoever wins those trenches is really going to have control of this game.
We will have the keys to the matchup after this timeout. 6 minutes ahead of kickoff. It's Male and St. X live from Louisville on Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
An inside look, and tonight's keys to the game are presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor at Blinds Direct? They offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for more. First, for the Dogs.
Okay, for the Dogs, I mean, I think it's going to be important. First and foremost, they got to play smart football tonight. I mean, they're playing a team that's probably just better talent-wise, just having a stronger season. So they need to make sure that they're taking care of the ball and not having a bunch of penalties.
St. X Tigers certainly on offense very sturdy. And then their defense, as you look at the Tigers' defense, only giving up 12 per game. How do the Bulldogs penetrate that arsenal on defense?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think the Bulldogs is going to be important that they simplify the game, and just try to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers and just get them in the open field and let them do what they do. They've got a ton of athletes out there on that male Bulldog offense. They need to put those guys in a position to where, they can shine. And I also think that it's important that that Bulldogs get a fast start and get some success early. If they get down behind, start kind of having some flashbacks of some of these blowout losses they have, that could really take a hard blow to their confidence tonight.
It's Male and St. X, both teams taking the field. Kickoff live coming up next on Glycod.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. From Glycod, it's UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, your premier metal recycling solution. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Interstate Batteries and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on UA Local 502, Louisville Football Friday.
Not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, always one step ahead. And Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
We'll take one more break, be back. We've got Mail and St. X. They'll kick off momentarily live tonight on Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
And we are ready for kickoff as St. X and Male Tyson Mims back with Steron Davidson. And the Bulldogs will watch the kickoff traipse into the end zone for a touchback in Male football as the Bulldogs move right to left. Bulldogs offensive line will have Eli Young at left tackle. Joe Burton gets the start tonight for Josiah Howell at left guard. Max Rose, the center, right side of the line. Incumbent George Jewell at right guard. Vontae Allen is the right tackle. Jordan Williams, 6 foot, 220-pound senior, is the Bulldogs quarterback. And starting in the backfield for Male is Steron Davidson. First play from scrimmage, Male and St. X. Bulldogs from their own 20-yard line. Handoff, Steron Davidson, and Davidson perhaps a yard or two, if that, across the 20 as the Bulldogs staring at second down and long.
Yeah, if that. Sounds like they're going to try to keep it simple. Try to get the ball up the middle of that line. But St. X doing a good job to start this game and getting some pressure into that backfield for causing some trouble for Mel. Bulldogs receiving core: Colin Jefferson, Kamari Young, and James Clark are the big three. Clark with the length at 6'4", 190. He'll be flanked out one-on-one there at the isolation spot for Mail at the far boundary. It's second down and long. Mail right to left from their 21-yard line, and Williams back to throw, sets up a screen, and that ball is caught and upended as the ball's brought down by Christian White. He'll lose a yard as a trio of ex-Tigers converge on the stop. Marlon Harbin amongst them. Again, another good job by the St. X defense on getting some pressure. And that screenplay that you saw right there was averaging like 20 yards a catch last game. So, obviously, St. X been watching some film, and they were ready for it. St. X defense, 12 points per game allowed for longtime coordinator Bart Bruner. And it's third down, and after a loss of 5, it's third down and 14 for Mail. 10:35 opening quarter as the Bulldogs receive the onside kick. Now they're steering it third down and long. And Williams back to throw. Slings it across the middle, and that ball is caught, and a first down to the 40-yard line. It's Colin Jefferson and a gain of 24 yards. Yeah, I was just about to say it's really important for the Bulldogs to get off to a great start. I mean, Colin Jefferson comes across the middle, and, Jordan Williams throws a rocket, hits him right in the breadbasket. Jefferson's 28th grab of the year. And the Bulldogs out of the hole as they'll have it now at their own 40-yard line, first down and 10. Williams sliding that mouthpiece in with a right hand. He's in the shotgun. His companion is Davidson to the right as the tight end now in motion. That's Sean Solomon, and he's going to be the lead blocker, and springing Davidson just shy of the 50, about 2 yards short of a first down up to the 48-yard line. Yeah, Davidson was almost a shoestring away from taking that one to the house. And, a lot of success, as a matter of fact, all the success is going to hinge on this offensive line for the Bulldogs. And, this first series they're doing pretty well. Kamari Young now races into the huddle, and he stands out at 5'7", and he'll be split out just in front of us, press box side here for Mail. Is the Bulldogs ahead of the chains, now second down and a long 2 from their 48-yard line. In motion comes Christian White to the slot as Williams now with the snap and handoff, and Davidson stymied. He did swing forward to pick up about a yard, but he's still short of a first down. Yeah, the Bulldogs were doing that a few times last week, just trying to get Christian out there and just to try to provide some more blocking for those running backs or whoever may get the ball. Just not a lot of success that time for them. Davidson with a couple of early rushes on this first drive. Mail 1 for 1 on third down conversions. This one much more manageable at third down and 1 from their 48-yard line. 8:25 opening quarter. In the gun is Jordan Williamson as Solomon rolls to the right, and Williams in the belly of Davidson. There is a first down, and Davidson slides to the second level. He'll pick up 9, and he's brought down at the Tiger 45-yard line. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of success the Bulldogs are going to need tonight. That time they had the 2 good-sized wingbacks to the right-hand side and ran it the opposite, and Davidson was able to pick up a first down on that play. You see Davidson, he's only listed at 175, but some success in between the tackles on this first drive. Oh, tons of success between the tackles. I mean, he's one of those guys, if you don't get to him often early, then again, he could give you some problems on defense. Chris Wolf patiently traipsing the damp sideline. Underneath us, that white hat. This will stare down at the play sheet. First down and 10. St. X on the defensive end here is Mail operating at the Tiger 45-yard line. In motion to the near side, it's Young.
and Williams. Short side run, Davidson through the traipsing is Steron Davidson down the far sideline, and Davidson close to the boundary inside the 1, a gain of 44.
We just talked about that, how much success he could have up the middle, and again, how important it was for that offensive line to just give him some space so he can have some success. This is exactly how the Bulldogs need to start if they're going to come away with the victory tonight.
Bulldogs perched inside the St. X 1 as Davidson ripping off a run of 44 yards.
Bulldogs definitely playing their best football.
Christian White is in. We'll see if they go heavy here as they'll try to nudge this in. First down and goal, Mail from inside the St. X 1. Davidson behind Williams. Davidson gets the call. Davidson into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yeah, looks like the Bulldogs are carrying some of that momentum over from last week into this game here. Yeah, this is exactly how Coach Wolf would have wanted them to start.
80-yard opening drive for Mail.
That's an impressive drive, and to be quite honest, this is as cohesive and as clean as I've seen this Mail High School offense the entire season. They're coming together at the right time.
Seth Henson on for the point after. He's 30 of 31 on the campaign, with 6:54 in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs on the board. Hold is down. Henson's kick. Perfect. 7-0 Mail. 6:54 in the first quarter. St. X football. And you're watching Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blind to rent, not just blinds.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, always one step ahead. And Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
Steron Davidson, a 1-yard touchdown rush, and Mail leads St. X 7-zip, 6:54 in the first quarter. 80-yard Bulldog drive, capitalizing off a 44-yard rush by Steron Davidson, but that big 3rd down and 16 conversion.
Oh, that was huge. I mean, this is exactly what the Bulldogs needed. I mean, that was a textbook drive and exactly how they needed to start this game to build some momentum.
Seth Henson to kick off a short intermediate kick over to the right. It'll be fielded by St. X across the 30, and now they're going to take it across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, not sure what the thought process was behind that. Normally Henson kicks it through the back of the end zone. So some good field position to start this first drive for the St. Xavier Tigers. And it'll be interesting to see if this Bulldog defense can kind of, come alive off some of that offensive rhythm that they just had.
Wyatt Graven on the return. This Tigers offense, 34 points per game average. The offensive line, Jack Moran at left tackle, John Thomas left guard. Connor Dwyer, the center of the right side of the line, is Charlie Hummel and senior Tevin Wilson. Mason Trimble, senior quarterback, 4,300 career pass yards as a 3-year starter, and he's in a shotgun for X. From their 42, it's 1st and 10. And there's a slant, and that ball is thrown perfectly. Lucas Shelton with a catch, a 1st down across the 45. They'll mark it at about the 44 for Mail.
Yeah, so many weapons on that St. Xavier offense. At times, Trimble catches Shelton on the quick slant, and he was able to gain a huge gain on that play.
We'll mark it back at the 46-yard line, so a pickup of 13 for Lucas Shelton. 1st down at 10. St. X as they operate inside Mill territory, trying to tie the game with 6:27 in the quarter. Trimble back to throw, slings it to the near side. It's dumped off to Harbin. He'll shake past. It's Beckett Kennedy wrapping him up. Gain of about 2.
Yeah, that's Harbin. We'll be calling his number a lot tonight, I'm sure. And St. Xavier kind of doing the opposite of the Mill Bulldogs. They're just kind of steadily kind of moving along, and St. X is going no huddle here, really putting some pressure on this Bulldog defense.
Harbin's 48th catch of the year, 2nd down and about 7 for St. X from the Mill 42-yard line. There's Cooper Davis Yates, and Davis Yates is loose down the near sideline, down inside the 20. Gain of 23 yards, and the tackle by Steron Davidson.
Yeah, it looked like the same play that Steron Davidson almost scored on earlier. So, again, just St. X pushing it right up the middle and able to penetrate that Bulldog defensive line.
Got to Davis Yates last week versus Bullitt East, 133 yards on the ground and a score. And this Tiger running game equitable between both Davis Yates and Wyatt Graven, a senior. First down and 10 from the Male 22. Davis Yates is to the left of Trimble. Trimble's back to throw all day. Rolling to the near side, slings it to the boundary. Incomplete. He had a target out there, but right through the midst, that ball's wet, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that ball is wet, and a great job by Trimble keeping his head up. I just knew he was going to run that, but he kept his head up. Saw a guy down in the corner of the end zone and hit him right in the hands, but he wasn't able to hold on to it.
It was Caden Barker, the intended target. Second down and 10, St. X. 5:03 in the first quarter. Line of scrimmage at the Male 22-yard line. Davis Yates inside. Good containment that time by Male. It's going to be third down and long.
Yeah, St. Xavier Tigers keeping it simple, just punching it up the middle, just getting behind that huge offensive line they have, and seeing how much success they can have in this running game early.
We got third medium here. The 4:46 mark. Line of scrimmage at the Male 16-yard line.
This drive is very similar to the Bulldog drive.
Mason Trimble in the gun. Davis Yates, his companion to the left. Trimble's back to throw. Rolling right facing. Pressure sacked! He is brought down in the backfield. That's Jeremiah Priest.
Yeah, that goes down as a win in the trenches for the Bulldogs. They were able to get some pressure on Trimble, and great coverage by the cornerbacks out there as well. Trimble couldn't find anybody open and had no choice but to take a sack.
Priest, 4th and a half sack of the year. Logan Seals on for the point after, rather on for the field goal. This will be a 38-yard try from the near hash mark. And the kick is high, and it is in there.
Yeah, that was right down the middle. I think he's got a 41-yarder this year as well. I mean, that's a weapon for the Tigers. And but I think the Bulldogs will take that. They kept the Tigers out of the end zone. So solid start for the Bulldog defense.
Priest with that sack, forcing the hand of Kevin Wallace. It was 3rd and 6. It became 4th and 9. So you send on your great kicker. And now 3:47 in this opening quarter, and the Bulldogs will possess the football for the second time.
Yeah, we'll see if they can duplicate that first drive they have. Really had some success running the ball and passing on that first drive for the Bulldogs.
Great to see the rain subside. It's been a very, very soak-filled afternoon, but it's dry for now. A lot of puddles beneath us as they long kick. Colin Jefferson will watch the ball sail over his head for a touchback.
Yeah, Bulldogs coming out, got 80 to go. Let's see if that offensive line can continue to provide some protection for this veteran quarterback for the Bulldogs, and see if they can put together another drive for a touchdown.
3:47 in the frame. Colin Jefferson trotting on the field. Boy, he had a nice big catch on that third down and long play to springboard the last drive for the Bulldogs. Crowded backfield with Williams surrounded by Solomon White and now Davidson to the left. First down and 10. Davidson with the handoff. Davidson reverses field, and he'll twist and turn for a positive gain. Gain of about 6 yards.
Yeah, that time they chose to run him right behind those two wingbacks they had over there to the right-hand side, and Davidson makes the first guy miss, and pretty decent gain on first down there.
Davidson not going down at first contact, continuing to churn those legs forward.
Yeah, I like the energy from the Bulldogs here early.
A lot of similarities to what you saw last week, just in terms of the judiciousness of the drive.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're taking their time and just making sure guys are in the right place, and they're in no rush, and they don't need to be. Anything they can do to keep that St. X offense off the field.
Under 3 in the first quarter. Second down and 4 Male from their 26-yard line. There's Jordan Williams in the shotgun. Steron Davidson gets the call, first down, as Davidson rips another one, this time across the 32 to the 33, and a gain of 7.
Yeah, Davidson's really running that ball hard, man. But again, hats off to that male offensive line. Again, that was one of the big question marks early. And, it looks like they're carrying over that same momentum from last week and doing a good job protecting the quarterback.
George Jewell, right guard. You got Vontae Allen, right tackle. Max Rose at center, having some success running to the right side of the line.
Yeah, it looks like things are really starting to come together for that offensive line for the Bulldogs, and you can see it in the offense.
Bulldogs 8-4 coming in. St. X 9-3, the winner on to the semifinal next Friday night. Nearing the 2-minute mark of this first quarter, Jordan Williams slides in the mouthpiece, and we have our first flag. It's going to be on Male.
False start against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, sounds like they got a false start. I talked about that in the keys. It's very important that Male plays some smart football. They got a tough team that they're going against tonight, so they need to do everything they can not to beat themselves.
So now it's 1st and 15 back. Okay, so that changes the complexion, as you likely heard. We'll step aside. It's a Male timeout, no penalty. So it's 1st down and 10 Bulldogs. Now this from German American Bank, live on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
So the Bulldogs called timeout. That saved the penalty. It's back to the 34, 1st down, 10 Male, 2:06 opening quarter. Sean Solomon in motion to the strong side. Back to throw is Williams. Sets up a screen. Davidson catches on the run. Davidson shakes and bakes, and a nice favorable gain near the 40. Couple yards short of a 1st down.
Yeah, Jordan Williams fakes it to Davidson, then hits him out in the flat, and looks like an 8-yard gain on that play. Davidson's he's got the hot hand early in this game.
Yeah, Davidson a half dozen touches at least in the first drive plus of this game.
And again, really good protection by that Bulldog offensive line on that play.
1:30 now in this opening period. Male leading 7-3. They'll have it 2nd down and 2 from their 41-yard line. Jordan Williams in the shotgun. And Solomon racing in motion. There's a security blanket and a blocking position here, and he'll lead the way for Davidson. Davidson lunging forward. He lost his ground on that footing, diving close, and it may be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, it looked like he got tripped up, and he had a decent little running lane there if he wouldn't have got tripped up, but looks like he may have fallen into a 1st down on that play anyway.
It will be a 1st down. So Steron Davidson moves the sticks. He picked up 3. Now the line of scrimmage at the Male 43 with 46 seconds, first frame.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's had this many touches this early all season. Again, he's got the hot hand right now.
There's Jordan Williams in the shotgun, back to throw. Williams all day rolling to the left. He's going to tuck it and run. There you go, Jordan, down the near sideline, ducks out close to a 1st down across the 50 down at the Tiger 47 and a 1st down.
This Bulldog offense is really looking good. I mean, that time they gave some good protection to Jordan Williams, and nobody was open, but he kept his head up and made a smart play and actually ran it for the 1st down. Great veteran quarterback play for the Bulldogs.
And tucking that ball to the left-hand side away from the closing defenders. And Male inching their way up the field from the St. X 47. 25 seconds, first quarter. Here's Williams operating in the shotgun, awaiting the snap from senior center Max Rose. Davidson gets the call again through the 2nd level, and Davidson again a nice run. He'll pick up about 5, perhaps 6 across the 40.
Yeah, that male Bulldog is clicking on all cylinders right now. Again, I like what I see out of the front line, and Davidson is running that ball hard.
That's going to take us to the end of the first. Bulldogs leading St. X after one. It's 7-3. When you come back, Bulldogs will have it 2nd and 3 from the St. X 40. And you're watching 6A quarterfinal live action tonight from St. X on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
2nd down and 4 male from the St. X 41-yard line. Bulldogs left to right. Williams back to throw. He's got some company. Breaks a tackle, and Jordan Williams lunging. A favorable gain as he faced pressure. He's about a yard short. Or is he of a first down? No, it will be enough on the scramble to pick up the first down.
Yeah, Jordan got some good size on him. Again, enough to, break a couple of tackles and turn what looked like it would have been a sack into a first down. Really good start for the Bulldogs on offense.
First down and 10 as Jordan Williams had some success scrambling on a couple of occasions on this drive.
Yeah, things really coming together for this Bulldog offense.
From the 37. 11-18 first half. Sean Solomon racing in motion to the St. X sideline in a blocking position. He's going to pave the way for Steron Davidson, and Davidson is loose as he lunges close to another first down, very close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the right height to get that ball, and I don't know if they can even see him behind those big offensive linemen, and by the time you see him, he's at full speed and tough to get to the ground. So another great explosive run by Davidson.
Just shy of the St. X 36, so 1 yard short of a first down after a 9-yard first down scamper.
Yeah, it was important that the Bulldogs have some success in the running game, again, just to try to drag this game out and keep that St. X offense off the field.
2nd down and short. Davidson again on the play call. There's a first down, and Davidson a second-level rush as he rambles inside the red zone, and they're going to mark him just shy of the 10.
Same play. I mean, that can be so disheartening to a defense to have somebody just keep plunging the ball up the middle like that. Bulldogs having a ton of success running that ball with Davidson up the middle right now.
They're going to mark him at the 13. So Davidson, he's got to be close to 100 yards on the ground in this half.
I was going to say the same thing. He's definitely nearing 100 yards so far.
First down and 10, Mail from the St. X 13. Mail with an 80-yard drive to start the game. This their second possession, and they also started at their own 20. They're inside the Tiger 13. It's first down and 10. Jordan back to throw on a slant across the middle. It's incomplete as that ball ricocheted off of a cutting Colin Jefferson in the end zone, and it will be second down.
And I like the call. I was just about to say that success in the running game will only just open up that passing game, and they went right to Colin Jefferson. Could only get one hand on the ball and just not able to reel it in. Yeah, I don't think Coach Wolf could have drawn up these first two series for the Bulldogs on offense any better.
James Clark shuttles out. Kamari Young in for Mail on what is 2nd and 10 from the St. X 13-yard line. In motion is Christian White as he and Solomon on that heavy side. Jordan Williams back to throw to the near side. It's caught out in the flat. Christian White close to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, you know, they caught Christian White in the flats, and he's a big boy. When he gets that ball in the open field and gets ahead of steam up, he is tough to get to the ground, and they weren't able to get him down that time, and he's able to get in for another Bulldogs touchdown. Great start for the Bulldogs here early.
There's not a lot of Mill fans beneath us, but the ones that are being very loud, and the Bulldogs 2 for 2 on drives. 13-yard strike from Williams to Christian White, leaking out of the backfield. On for the point after is Seth Henson. Hold is down. Henson's kick. Perfect. 14-3 Mill. 9:33 first half. More coverage in just a moment. You're watching Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
A pair of 80-yard Mill drives to start this game. And they lead St. X 14-3 with 9:33 first half.
Yeah, if you haven't been out to see the Bulldogs in the past 2 weeks, then you haven't seen the Bulldog team that we're watching right now. They're really clicking on all cylinders and looking good. They're playing some playoff football right now.
This is a big drive here for St. X. They also had a successful march on their first drive. It was negated by a sack. There's an onside short kick. It's a loose football, and St. X able to capture it at the 39-yard line. And for the second successive kickoff, they're evading Marlon Harbin back there, which is probably a smart move.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, you know, again, Henson normally kicks it through the back of the end zone. I guess they're just doing everything they can to keep it out of Harbin's hands, which is probably a smart call.
Tigers will have it at their 34-yard line, first down and 10. St. X right to left. Down an early 11-point margin here in the middle segment of this second quarter. Mason Trimble in the shotgun. Cooper Davis Yates gets the call, and Davis Yates stymied. He'll pick up a couple yards. Jeremiah Priest involved in that stop.
Yeah, Bulldogs do a good job of applying some pressure, get back there, kind of disrupting things a little bit.
In of about 3.
Yeah, the Bulldog defense has been one of the bright spots this season, and they've started this game off pretty solid themselves. See Christian White out there anchoring the defense after the touchdown he just scored.
What a beautiful play call. Jordan Williams selling that, and there's White with a reception and scores. Davis Yates leaks out of the backfield. It's an empty set, and there's a whistle and a flag.
Like a false start on the Tigers.
So 2nd and 7, add 5 to that margin. You're staring at second down and a dozen with 8:45 in this first half.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a hole, unless you got Trimble as your quarterback. So, you know, this St. X Tigers offense is still dangerous. So the Bulldogs need to keep their heads and, you know, make sure they know their assignment.
Marlon Harbin to the near side. What is second down and 12, St. X. Back to throw, Trimble slings it across, and a great catch on a slant first down across the 50. Brought down by Lucas Shelton on the catch, and a gain of 19 yards.
Yeah, Shelton comes across the middle, and like I said, I mean, you know, the Tigers are never out of it with Trimble. You know, he was able to catch Shelton across the middle and, again, hit him right in the pocket for a first down.
That's Shelton's second grab of the evening. St. X operating at the Mill 49-yard line as we tiptoe under 8 minutes first half. It's first down and 10, St. X. And Trimble funnels it to Davis Yates. There's a flag thrown as Davis Yates also thrown to the ground. Gain of about 4, but a penalty.
Not sure what the call was there.
illegal shift on St. X. So a couple of 5-yard infractions as St. X stubs their toe on that play. The first down now, 15.
Yeah, St. X, a couple of penalties that are really making it tough on themselves this drive.
7:40 in the half. St. X will possess the football to start the second half, so a very important drive here for both teams.
Kamari Hayes doing a pretty good job of locking up Harbin here early.
Trimble in the shotgun. Trimble sets up a slant. That ball's caught to the near side and slung down from behind. Nice tackle out there by Elbert Bledsoe at the 48-yard line. It's caught by Cooper Davis Yates, and it's now second down and 8.
Yeah, I like the play call by the Tigers and a solid gain there, but because of the penalty, they're still looking at second and pretty long here.
Bledsoe, one of several male seniors on this defense that has played so well throughout the second half of the year. You've got Bledsoe, also Beckett Kennedy's played so well. Davidson, White, Jefferson. This is a senior-led male defense. It's second down and 9. Trimble back to throw, and he's going to face some pressure. Trimble shakes free, and he's going to tuck it and run. And he's brought down from behind, but he's going to pick up a first down as he's shoved past the marker by the male defender. We got a flag too, Dion. We got a flag behind the play, and it's a St. X hold.
Wow. That's exactly what they can't have, Again, really making it tough on themselves. And that time it looked like Trimble was looking for Harbin, but Steron Davison doing a really good job of locking him up. He just couldn't get loose.
So 3 penalties on this St. X drive, and now back inside Tiger territory. And the linesman's going to mark it all the way back at the 42-yard line. You're looking at second down and 19. It is a significant penalty because Trimble's rush picked up the first down. With 6:40 first half. St. X behind the chain, second and 19. Trimble zings it down the middle, right through the midst of a cutting Shelton, and it would have been 6.
That would have definitely been 6, and he hit him right on the fingertips. I mean, he didn't really get in his palms like I'm sure he would have liked it, but, fortunately for the Bulldogs, he wasn't able to hang on to that.
Lucas Shelton had a stride on the male defender right through his mitts at the 25-yard line, and it's incomplete. And now it's third down and 19 from the St. X 43 as the Bulldog defense trying to get off the field.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Shelton. He's making a couple of big plays here tonight from the wide receiver position already.
Rolling is Trimble. 3-step drop, slings it well short. And that ball's, I believe, is that incomplete? We're shielded here. Or was it caught? But well short. Caden Barker caught it, but well short of a first down, a gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, the Tigers are actually moving the ball well, just kind of shooting themselves in the foot with those penalties there, really making it tough on themselves.
Now they're going to say that ball's incomplete. There's 2 big tents directly in front of us. We're field level. So it's incomplete. So now it's fourth down and 19.
Got to watch Colin Jefferson on these punt returns. He's dangerous back there. I think he's taken one to the house already this year.
Logan Blinko, the left-footed kicker, is on. As Colin Jefferson for Male at his 14, awaiting the Blinko punt. Blinko able to get it out. It's a wobbler, well short of Jefferson, and it's going to trickle down inside the 10-yard line. That's a great punt by Blinko. They'll mark it at the 8, a 49-yard St. X punt.
Yeah, that was a great punt, and the Bulldogs are going to have their longest drive of the evening, and, they're 2 for 2 right now, So let's see if they can put another drive together and put some more points on the board. That would really put some pressure on St. Xavier if they can go up 21-3 here.
6:16 in the first half. Male will operate inside their 10 at first down and 10. Steron Davidson, 1-yard touchdown rush for Male, followed by a Christian White 13-yard touchdown reception off the hands of Jordan Williams. As Williams in a gun, there's Steron Davidson on the hand, and Davidson Not much doing there as he tried to split the tackles inside. Great front there that time by St. X.
Yeah, great front. They won that battle in the trenches there and were able to get Davison as soon as he touched the ball. And like that may have been for a loss, actually, for a couple of yards.
As the Bulldogs, they'll mark it back at the 5, so second down and 11.
Bulldogs still taking their time.
A first down here would do wonders to get Mail out of the hole here and also burn up some time. With 5:36 in the half, Mail from their 8. It's second down and 11. Solomon shifting to the left as Davidson gets the handoff. There's Steron trying to wiggle free and just nothing doing. Marlon Harbin, great tackle. And then Jamari Carroll, the safety, followed suit, and it's third down and about 9.
Yeah, they've had tons of success with running that same play with Davison, and looks like the St. Xavier's have kind of caught on, and they're getting some pressure up front and giving the Bulldogs some trouble right now.
Third down and 9 from the Mail 10. 4:58 first half. We'll see what the Bulldogs opt to do here if they want to keep it on the ground. St. X still their full complement of 3 timeouts, and again, they will get the football to start the second half as Kamari Young traipses in motion to the strong side of the field. Williams back to throw. There's a screen set up. Harbin read it beautifully, and the receiver denied back at the 5-yard line. That's a big loss as Harbin sneaking through for the tackle.
Yeah, that was a big loss. And again, they've had some success with that last week, just trying to hit Christian White out there in the flats. But the St. Xavier Tigers were all over that.
It's a fourth down and 13. And now Seth Henson of Mail is literally about 8 yards deep in his end zone. It's the line of scrimmage at the Mail 6. On fourth down and 13. Tigers awaiting the punt. It's Caden Barker as he's at the 40 awaiting the Henson punt.
Tigers will be bringing some pressure here.
And Henson with the snap. Great protection, and Henson hooks it away from Barker's. It's going to roll inside the 45 and picked up by Mail at the St. X 45-yard line, rather at the Mail 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think it surprised him when he saw the ball. He picked it up a little early. It looked like it might have had another 10 yards in it with all that momentum it had as it was flipping.
It's a 39-yard punt, so Mail able to get it out of their end zone. And the Tigers will possess at the Bulldog 45-yard line. 3 timeouts remaining and 3:41 in the first half.
Yeah, minus those penalties on the last drive, that St. Xavier offense is actually looking pretty good right now.
We will update the score ticker at half. Several scores coming in. Busy night of action, quarterfinal action. Trimble back to throw, 3-man rush. Mason Trimble runs, and he is brought down from behind. He'll pick up about 4 yards across the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Looked like that was Jesse Jones kind of got a hold of that jersey. Again, man, hats off to the cornerbacks of and those defensive backs for the Bulldogs, really not letting anybody loose back there.
We'll credit Trimble for a gain of 5 at the Mail 40-yard line, nearing the 3-minute mark of this first half. Empty set as Trimble is in motion, needing 5. Slings it to the far side. It's caught. And a second effort might pick up a first down as it's picked up out there. That's Lucas Shelton on the catch. He'll pick up 7 and a St. X first down.
Yeah, Shelton's having a really big night so far and able to get the first down, hit him on the flat route. He broke a tackle and just enough to move the chains.
Gain of 7 to the Mail 32 with 2:48 in this first half. Trimble pass out in the flat. It's Wyatt Graven on the screen, and Graven weaves his way up the field. Brought down a couple yards short of a first down. There appears to be a flag thrown on the near sideline. The 3 of the officials at the center portion of the floor, or the field rather, trying to diagnose the penalty.
Good run after the catch by Graven on that play. Let's see if they
Oh, it's a hold on Mail. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, I think I saw Hardman kind of pulling his jersey, you know. He's got Davison on him down there, and then, you know, he's a handful to keep in front of you for sure.
It's going to mark this just shy of the Mail red zone at the 22-yard line. It's 1st and 10 St. X with 2:30 in the second quarter. That's Mail's first penalty of the first half. They had one earlier, but the timeout saved them. Handoff, Graven swerves his way inside the 15, and a touchdown-saving tackle as Graven is brought down at the 11 by Courtney Jones.
Yeah, Graven running hard up the middle. That offensive line for the St. Xavier Tigers actually getting a little bit of push.
Mark this at the 11, so it's 1st down and 10 St. X with 1:55 in the half. Graven position to the right of Mason Trimble. Trimble's backing to throw. Goes to his second read, and Trimble is slung down and sacked as he's shoved out of bounds on the Mail sideline. Might have lost a yard or two. That's Albert Bledsoe on the stop.
Yeah, he definitely lost a couple of yards, and you know, great job getting some pressure by that Mail defensive line and causing some dysfunction and chaos in the backfield for the Tigers and get them for a loss that time.
And a St. X timeout as Bledsoe, we're going to credit Bledsoe with the tackle and no gain on that play, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 13.
Yeah, this is a really important series for both teams. I mean, if the Bulldogs can keep them out or if St. Xavier can get in, is really going to make a huge difference in terms of momentum going in at halftime.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 13. Mail a pair of 80-yard scoring drives in this game. And St. X able to connect on a lengthy field goal for their only points. They've got it now at the Mail 13 on what is now 2nd down and 15.
St. Xavier only gives up 12 points a game, and the Bulldogs have got 14 here in the first half, so a strong start for them.
Well, I want to correct myself. That was a 5-yard loss by Bledsoe on that tackle. So it's a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, they got him pretty deep in the backfield that time.
Going to mark this back now at the 17-yard line for St. X.
And he had some time back there. I'm going to credit that sack to the secondary for the Bulldogs.
.133 in the half. Got Wyatt Graven out there, who's had a couple of successful runs on this drive. And now Graven to the left of Mason Trimble, who's in the shotgun awaiting the Connor Dwyer snap. Slings it across the middle. It's caught by Harbin, and Harbin shaking tacklers down inside the 5. He'll be short of the goal line.
I believe that was Shelton up top. Yeah, he came across the middle for the slant, and man, he's got about 10 grabs already in this first half.
Yeah, that was Lucas Shelton on the catch. They're going to mark him short of a first down. So 3rd down and about 2.
Speaking of Harbin, Davison doing a really good job of keeping him tied up down there.
Graven up the middle. traipses right in for an easy score.
Yeah, Graven's had a great game too so far, man. He's really having some success up the middle, and the Tigers able to get a good push and get him into the end zone that time.
Wyatt Graven in for his 7th touchdown of the season, his 6th on the ground. And that was a much-needed St. X response, a drive encompassing some 65-plus yards as Logan Seals will apply the extra point. With 57 seconds in the half, hold is down, and Seals' kick is angled up and through. It's 14-10 Mail with 57 seconds left in the half. Take a pause, be right back after this live on Glycod.
You want the right agents for your real estate? Choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin Realtors, always one step ahead. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
14-10, Mail leads with 57 seconds left in this exciting first half, and Seals' kick is going to be in to the end zone for a touchback, and Mail now back out at the 20 with 57 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll try to probably keep it halfway conservative, try to go into halftime with this 14-10 lead. That's not a bad position for these Bulldogs.
Tiger football to start the second half, and been a very crisp and clean first half thus far for the Bulldogs.
It has. I would think that Coach Wolf will be happy with what he's seen, but he'll let these guys know they're going to need another half to be able to pull it off because the St. X Tigers are far from gone.
And still plenty of time left with 57 seconds left. Both teams 2 timeouts. Meal now 1st and 10 from their 20. As Jordan Williams in the shotgun. There's Christian White going to get some work in. White wrangling to the left, and he'll dart back across. He's got a first down as he navigates across the 30 down to the 32.
Yeah, 220 pounds. I mean, again, when he gets in the open field, you do not want to get in front of Christian White, and he was able to ramble for a first down for the Bulldogs on that play.
35 seconds left, and Mill going to take their own time here as they'll be content to head to the locker room leading 14-10. So from the 31-yard line, 25 seconds left, first down and 10. Left to right, Bulldogs. Williams in the gun. Christian White, the handoff again. White to the far sideline. And White another healthy run. The pile moving just shy of the 50. Now the 48. And Mail's going to pause play. Bulldogs going to call timeout with 9 seconds left in the half.
They probably wish they hadn't let so much time run off the clock now, but they probably weren't expecting Christian White to have 2 big runs. They call themselves keeping it conservative, but Christian White's trying to get in the end zone.
So the line of scrimmage now at the Mail 49-yard line. You've got 9 seconds left in the half, and if you want to consider a field goal, Seth Henson, his longest on the season is 43 yards, so you're about a good 25 yards short of that attempt for him.
Yeah, still got quite a ways, but these Bulldogs and Coach Wolf, he's got a deep playbook, so I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve. It'd be huge if they could get 3 points on the board before this half is up.
And Christian White, those consecutive runs got Mail back from their own 20 where this drive consummated, now up 2 drives to the 49-yard line for the Mail Bulldogs.
Yeah, Christian White, the senior, pulling some weight on both sides of the ball.
See what the Bulldogs elect to do here in a passing scenario. First down and 10, Williams. No, they're going to keep it on the ground. That's White again, and White to the near side. Still moving. 4 seconds as White is slung down at the 41. You've got 1 second, and now the whistle blows. Did they get a timeout?
The ref is holding up 1 like they might have a second on the clock.
The scoreboard reads 000, and the officials conferring momentarily. And still no indication yet. And the official gives Mail a timeout. So a Bulldog timeout, their last. They'll put 2 seconds back on the clock. And the line of scrimmage now is at the St. X. Hard to tell. Is that about the 41-yard line?
Yeah. This would be probably a career long for Henson if they're going for the field goal here.
Yeah, it would be a 58-yarder, so you got to figure one more play and heave it down the middle and see what happens.
Yeah.
Or if you get a St. X penalty, the drive can continue.
Absolutely, yeah. Get some interference downfield.
So 2 seconds left in the half. Mill will have it from the St. X 41. Bulldogs void of timeouts. Christian White, 3 runs on this drive, encompassing some 31 yards.
Got the 6'4" James Clark out there.
There's a handoff to Steron Davidson. He's wrapped up to the near side, and that's going to take us to halftime. Some building blocks for the Bulldogs as they lead by 4 at the turn.
Absolutely. And again, this St. Xavier team has only given up 12 points a game, and the Bulldogs got 14 at halftime. I would say that Coach Wolf has got to be happy with this start.
14-10 Mill. We'll step aside, more coverage. You're watching the 6A quarterfinal live from St. X, live on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
14-10 Male at the half. It's been an impressive first half for the Dogs, Dion Reese, and boy, oh boy, this doesn't look like the same team that we've seen throughout much of this year.
This is not the same team. I mean, the coaches are always saying, hey, it's the playoffs, it's the new season. And to start this season, the question mark for the Bulldogs was this offensive line because they weren't returning any starters. So if this is a new season, everybody's a starter. They're playing well. They're giving some good protection to Jordan Williams, and it's paying off for the Bulldogs on the offensive side.
You got 2 80-yard drives against this vaunted St. X defense. This offensive line, like you mentioned, that's the best description. When you've got 2 80-yard drives, I mean, wow.
It's textbook. I mean, again, like I said, if you haven't seen the Bulldogs in 2 weeks, then you haven't seen the Bulldogs that we're watching tonight. So now the key will be if they can put that together for another half and try to come out here with the victory tonight.
Steron Davidson, 1-yard touchdown run for Male. Then Christian White on a 13-yard touchdown reception for Males, 2 scores for St. X. Wyatt Graven, 9-yard rush for the Tiger touchdown, and then a field goal preceding that by Logan Seals. And I think, Dion, on the last drive of the half for Male, Christian White got involved. And now for Kevin Wallace and St. X, that's certainly something they have to factor in the second half as well.
Absolutely. I mean, they got to watch out for that. He had those same big plays last week, and he's already off to another good start. You know, they can get him the ball in the open field. Again, he's dangerous bringing down. And, you know, you mentioned Steron Davis, and I know people are hearing his name called and seeing him score, but I've been watching him on defense. I mean, he's really locking down Harbin, at the cornerback position, man, and keeping him out of the game.
This has been a very interesting first half, and then you look at the Male defense. You take away that touchdown run for St. X, and they made some plays. Albert Bledsoe, and how about the coverage for the most part on Marlon Harbin?
And that's what I was just saying. I mean, Davison's been doing a great job of locking him down. Like, there's been a lot going on. I've been keeping my eye on that matchup because I know Harbin is so dangerous. And he did have one holding penalty, but, Davis is doing a good job locking him down and being productive on the offensive side at the running back position.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight live on Glycod. More coverage ahead as halftime Male over the Tigers, 14-10 on Glycod.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Seminin Realtors, always one step ahead.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Well, as the Eurythmics used to sing, here comes the rain again, and it's 14-10 Male at the half over St. X as it's steady drizzle now, and perhaps the impact is what in the second half, Dion, with more rain?
Well, I mean, it'll slow down the passing game some. And, the thing that just kind of tickles me a little bit, I feel like if you do some research, there might be a 80% chance of rain whenever the Bulldogs play the Tigers. So we got some rain coming down this evening, and it should make this second half pretty interesting.
Still about 7 minutes or so before the second half resumes, as, again, it will be St. X football to start the second half. Let's take a lens on the Tigers in terms of some adjustments. What do they need to do to become more like themselves in the second half?
To be honest, if they could, first of all, cut out the penalties. You know what I mean? That really hurt them on a couple of those drives. It's not like that they're not able to gain any yards. It's like anytime they get some momentum, they have a big penalty that just kind of turns things around. So that and I'm going to say they need to get the ball in the hands of Harbin. You know, he's explosive, and he just hadn't had enough touches, in my opinion.
And the ability for Mail to run in between the tackles, that's been a huge surprise thus far.
Huge surprise. They haven't been able to do that all year. I mean, Steron Davison he's running the ball hard, but they're creating enough of a lane for him to really have some success. And if they can do that in the second half, the Bulldogs have a great chance of coming out of here with a victory.
We'll step aside. Now this message from Ace Hardware, live tonight on Glycod.
Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics programming on Glycod. 14-10 Mail over St. X. At half will be Tigers football here momentarily as both teams just now traipsing out of the locker room. The specialist been out there a little bit now, kicking into these damp conditions, and certainly, 2 quarters, we don't know what the future is going to hold, but for the most part, both teams have done a good job of taking care of the ball in the half with these conditions.
I was just about to say that, but, now we're dealing with wet footballs, so that's going to come into play, with every possession, whether you're snapping the ball, trying to throw the ball, trying to catch the ball, or just hold on to it while you're running it. So it's going to be important that both of these teams are focused on taking care of their football this half.
Got 5 games going on right now on Glycod, 4 of which are in the first half. Scott County leading Woodford County 12-7. KCD shutting out Newport 14-0. You've got Atherton leading Bowling Green 14-zip, and Ryle, oh my, is going to perhaps score. They got about an 80-yard rush for Ryle. No score against Douglas late in the first half in that game. So a lot of action ongoing, and we thank you so much for joining us tonight on Glycod. We'll step aside. Second half is next. It's Mail and St. X live tonight from Thomas More Stadium. Back after this on Glycod.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Well, let's see what the Male Bulldogs can do here as we get set for half number 2. 14-10 Bulldogs, St. X football to start this second half. And very important drive here, I think, for both teams, Dion.
Oh, definitely a huge drive. Both teams need to get out and try to, set some momentum. The Tigers were a little late getting out of the locker room there for halftime. They warmed up for about 45 seconds. So, and you got the rain coming down, so should be make for an interesting second half here.
Bulldogs trying to move on to the semifinal round. St. X trying to do the same.
So far, the Bulldogs have been trying to, I think, keep it out of Harbin's hands, and we've been getting a lot of squib kicks out of the Bulldogs, which we don't typically see. So let's see how they start the second half.
And Seth Henson to kick off. He's going to wobble it well short. It's a wet football scarfed up by X. Nice field position. And Christian White lambasting the returner at the 42-yard line, and St. X will start right there.
Christian White's everywhere. I mean, making a big hit there to start the second half, and you know, he's already lined up, ready to anchor this defense.
So clearly on kickoffs, the strategy, you give up field position, but you don't put the ball in Harbin's hands, and we'll see if that pays well here for Mail on this drive.
I'd mentioned Steron Davison earlier, but I think that's Hayes. Yeah, Kamari Hayes, he's doing a solid job locking up Harbin down here at the cornerback position as well.
First down and 10, St. X, direct snap. It's a quarterback draw, and Trimble's going to leak it out to the right and around the corner. He'll get a couple yards as he's going to trickle across the 44-yard line. There's a flag as well.
Yeah, that looked like a design draw, but, you know, again, that Bulldog front four just doing a really good job of stuffing things up in the middle there, and Trimble didn't have anywhere to go.
That's on Mail. So Bulldog penalty, and that's going to be a first down. We were shielded in terms of the severity of the penalty, but they're going to mark this all the way down at the 41-yard line of Mail.
Yeah, the Bulldogs had actually done a pretty good job of not getting too many penalties so far in this game. So they need to stay disciplined. And
from the Mail 41, it's first down and 10 as Mason Trimble in the shotgun. First drive of this half. Trimble on a slant. Caught. Nice catch by Harbin. And Marlon Harbin going to soar in for a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, we had been talking about how well they had been doing, a good of a job they had been doing at keeping the ball out of his hands. That time he comes across the middle untouched, and Trimble puts it right on the money like he does, and I don't think anybody even touched Harbin on that play.
41-yard touchdown reception. Trimble to Harbin, and a two-play drive for St. X to start this third quarter.
Yeah, I believe that's their first lead at the game here, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe they were up 3-0. Okay.
Yes, their first lead.
Their first lead, okay.
On for the point after. Logan Seals. Hold is down. Seals kick elevated, up and through. And St. X takes the lead, 17-14 over Mail, 11:41. Third quarter, we'll step aside. Live on Glycon.
Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycon.
Logan Seals to kick off, and for yet another time, it's in for a touchback. And the Bulldogs starting again at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's the way to keep it out of a dangerous returner's hand as well. You know, just kick it through the back of the end zone. St. X has done that every kickoff tonight, and you know, putting the Bulldogs in a position where they need to put together another 80-yard drive.
So we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here. That connection from Trimble to Harbin was Mason Trimble's 4th touchdown in the last couple of weeks through the air, his 25th on the season. Marlon Harbin, his 9th touchdown reception of the year. So Mail from their 20, left to right, trying to respond. They once led 14-3 in back-to-back St. X touchdowns. Jordan Williams back to throw. There's a screen out in the flat, and that ball is caught, and St. X going to double team. Is that Christian White that was slung to the ground? It was, and White gain of about 1.
Yeah, they hit him in the flats like they've done so many times, but like you said, they had 2 St. X Tigers literally hit him at the same time and were able to get him to the ground on that play. Bulldogs have also had some success this evening just running Steron Davison up the middle, so we'll see if they can gain some yards that way on this drive as well. I don't see Davidson in the game right now, but
we've got James Clark. There. Yes, Jerron Davidson is out there at second down and 10 as Davidson is the feature back behind Jordan Williams on second down and long for the Bulldogs from their 21-yard line. And Davidson gets the handoff, and Davidson this time, it's thick inside. He'll take about a yard loss perhaps, and it's third down and long.
Yeah, Tigers did a good job of just getting in the backfield and penetrating and kind of disrupting things there. And you see that that sideline of the Tigers getting a little amped up here too. So Bulldogs need to make sure that they don't let this momentum get too heavy against them.
10:24 in this third quarter. St. X trying to force a 3-and-out for Male. And Sean Solomon will trickle out, Kamari Young in, and what is likely a passing down here for Male. Third down and long.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have been leaning pretty heavy the last couple of weeks on Christian White in these situations.
And White is to the left of Jordan Williams, who's in the shotgun. And Williams back to throw, rolling to the left, and he's going to be devoured and sacked. That ball, did it spill out? There's a scrum at the far sideline, and the officials trying to sort things out. And the officials conferring it's a fumble and a recovery for St. X.
Yeah, it looked like Jordan Williams. I thought he was going to try to throw it and get rid of it and not even take the sack, but obviously he wasn't able to get that out of his hands before the St. X Tigers knocked it out of there. We talked about that, how important it was going to be to take care of the football, and that football's kind of wet, and Jordan Williams lost it on that play.
Now you got first down and 10 after the game's first turnover. And St. X will occupy the ball at the Male 11. It's first down and 10.
Yeah, Tigers are going to be tough to keep out of the end zone in a position like this.
Really putting your defense up against it here.
Absolutely.
Cooper Davis-Yates is the back, and pass across the middle. Harbin diving. Did he catch it? He's short of the goal line. And a great grab by Harvin inside the one on the slant as he beat Steron Davidson to the spot.
Yeah, that was actually some great defense by Steron Davidson, but Trimble was able to put that one in low where only Harbin can get it, and Harbin was able to come up with a great catch.
We'll mark this inside the one, so first and goal. St. X trying to score a couple of quick touchdowns in this quarter. 9:20 now in the third. Direct draw and snap, and racing in for a score is Mason Trimble on the keeper.
Yeah, nice and simple, spread everybody out. That was a designed quarterback draw by Trimble, and he's able to get another touchdown for the Tigers. Still a lot of football here left, but Male's going to have to turn it up if they want to get back into this game.
Yeah, the fumble really putting the Bulldogs in a tough spot. Another two-play scoring drive for St. X. And on for the point after is Seals. Hold is down. This kick very high, and it's through. 24-14, St. X, 9:19 in the third quarter. We'll step aside, more coverage right after this pause on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
9:19 in the third. St. X 21 unanswered, and they lead it 24-14.
Yeah, this is really when you need your seniors to step up, and just really dig in and, create some motivation and make some big plays and try to get this Bulldog team back in this game.
Boy, a very important drive here, and the way these kicks have gone, Logan Seals going to try to power one into the end zone again, and this kick hooked to the left well into the end zone, and another commencement for Male at their 20.
Yeah, they're going to have to put together another 80-yard drive, even though I think they did it on the first two drives of the game. They've struggled a little bit since, still sitting on 14 points.
So the Bulldog offense are going to convene on the near sideline, and then the 11 will trot on to the 20.
Yeah, a lot of time left in this football game. If they can get some protection up front and take care of the football, they should be okay.
Jordan Williams in the shotgun. To the near side, it'll be Jones and Christian White in a blocking position. There's Steron Davidson trying to power inside, and what opened in the first half, Knott has here in this third quarter a gain of 1.
No doubt about it. I mean, that play right there, Davidson was breaking for 20, and he still got the same burst, but just too many Tigers in the backfield.
Colin Jefferson out there, and he'll trickle into the huddle now on what is second down and long for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, as great as Coach Wolf is, they do have Coach Wallace on the outside, and looks like the Tigers have been able to make some adjustments and giving the Bulldog offense a little trouble here to start this second half.
8:43, third quarter. Big drive here for the Bulldogs. Williams back to throw out of the flat. Caught Christian White. There's a first down as White ducks it across. He's going to take it to the 34. That's a gain of 14 and a pickup for a first down.
Yeah, they were able to get Christian White out into the flats, and he was open and, doing a really good job catching the football. Really impressed by Christian White, not only running after the catch, but, making some tough catches out there in the open field.
Well, and you've seen actually heard the rain come down, so the ball's being replaced by the officials, and you'll have a near side team member for Male drying off the football, so there's a new ball out there now to start this play. It's first down and 10 Male from their 34-yard line. Williams in the shotgun leaves it for Steron Davidson, and Davidson through the hole. He'll pick up a couple. He's hitting that hole hard.
He is hitting that hole hard. He hadn't lost the step, but again, the Tigers doing a really good job of getting pressure and getting back into that backfield and kind of stopping things before they get going.
Gain of about 3 from the 34-yard line, rather the 36-yard line for Male, with 7:50 in this third quarter.
Yeah, Bulldogs still in a decent position. Again, if they can just get some protection back there and take care of the football, keep the penalties down, they should be in a halfway decent position.
Colin Jefferson flanked out to the top. As the Bulldogs left to right up the mountaintop. Rolling as Jordan Williams rolls to the left, slings it across in the seam, diving catch for a first down at the 47. A pickup of 11 for James Clark.
Yeah, he hits the 6'4" James Clark coming across the middle. He had to slide and get down to actually catch that one, but that was a very well needed play for the Bulldog offense.
When he slid, the water just sprayed as his pants just dragged across that damp turf.
That field is soaked out there.
At the 47-yard line for Male. So this drive started at the 20. Then a mark it at the 46, first down and 10. 7 minutes, third quarter. White in a blocking position here for Jordan Williams. Williams leaves it for Steron Davidson, and Davidson through the hole. And about a half yard. Closing St. X front.
Yes. I'm not sure what they're doing different up front, but what they are doing is getting some pressure into the backfield, and they're stopping that Steron Davidson play before it even gets going.
So no gain that time for Davidson that exceeded 100 rush yards in the first half.
Yeah, he's still capable of breaking one at any time, so I don't expect the Bulldogs to shy away from that because they definitely had some success in the first half with it.
I think the Tigers have to, or rather the Bulldogs have to play almost perfect football to get back and take this one away here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough making up this 10-point difference here.
6 minutes in the third, second and 10 from their 46-yard line is Jordan Williams in the shotgun for Male. Williams rolling to the right on the bootleg. Christian White on the catch, and he is double-teamed and slung to the ground for no gain. Right back to the 46. Tackle out there by Marlon Harbin, also Jamari Carroll.
Yeah, you could see the effects of that wet ball that time. He was able to hit Christian White in the flats like he's done so many times tonight, but Christian bobbled a little bit just trying to bring that one in, and by the time he could turn upfield, there were 2 St. Xavier Tigers right there waiting on him to get him to the ground.
Might be time to dial up something for Colin Jefferson here.
Absolutely.
Third down and 10 with 5:14 in the third quarter. Bulldogs once led 14-3. St. X has scored on their last 3 drives, including an 11-yard two-play drive after a Male fumble on the last drive. Steron Davidson on the draw, and he's going to pick up about a half yard.
And that's about it. They're really, really struggling to get him downfield up the middle here. Looks like we got the punt team coming on.
So Male will punt from their own 46-yard line. Seth Henson trying to flip the field. And back for St. X is Caden Barker as he's perched at his 20-yard line.
Yeah, that Bulldog offense really struggling here in the second half.
Long snap back to Henson. And Henson able to get it away. It's a wobbling kick fielded by Barker, and Barker evading one Bulldog as he'll spring across the 30, tripped up at the 32, and a flag thrown. Flag thrown by the near side official on the return.
Yeah, nowhere near the return and toward the end of that play.
And it appears to be against St. X, perhaps a block on the return.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for somebody get a block in the back on those punt returns.
So it will be on X, and that is going to benefit Male. And field position back going to be very close, maybe inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 22.
Yeah, the Bulldogs could use a good series on defense right now. Got X pinned back into a pretty good hole and got some potential of getting their offense some pretty good field position if they can get a stop here.
4:09 in this third quarter. First down and 10 St. X from their 22-yard line. Cooper Davis Yates is the back to the left of Trimble. Pass caught on a slant and slung to the ground up to the 37-yard line, gain of 17. That's Harbin again.
Is that Hart? That's Shelton.
I beg your pardon.
That's Shelton?
Yeah, that was Lucas Shelton.
Yeah, he's had a ton of success running that same slant route, and every time he gets open, Trimble's hitting him right in the hands, and that was a big gain on that play.
That'll get St. X from out of their own back end. They'll move it up to the 37 after a 17-yard connection from Trimble to Shelton. First and 10, Tigers. Harbin in motion. Back to throw is Trimble. Trimble ducks it to Harbin on a cross, and Harbin with a grab, brought down in the open field, but close to a first down, a gain of about 9 yards.
Yeah, they bring Harbin across the middle, just anything to try to get him the ball in open field, and Trimble was able to connect with them, but they were able to stop him short of the first down that time.
Line of scrimmage at the St. X 46 with 3:11 in this third quarter. Second down and 1 as the Bulldogs trying to get the ball back for their offense.
St. Xavier seems to be taking their time, knowing that clock is on their side as well at this point.
And Trimble in the shotgun. Here comes the pressure. Trimble rolling to the right. First down as he accelerates down the far sideline and upended very close to the 36-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of some 20 yards.
Yeah, big pickup by Trimble. Everybody was guarded, so good job by the secondary of Male. But veteran quarterback for the Tigers, Trimble, man, able to turn it into a big gain.
You had the Male pressure up front, and Trimble astute enough to roll to his right as Male will send on another defensive lineman. It's Camden Chi. Chi will now play some linebacker for the Bulldogs, with Galvin Stevens checking out. First down and 10, St. X from the Male 35-yard line. Cooper Davis Yates gets the call, and there's Camden Chi right into the game, and he'll swallow the ball carrier for no gain.
That's exactly what they needed, just a nice stop, and the Bulldogs really looking for and needing a play on defense right now. They cannot have this St. Xavier team go down and get in the end zone again. That could be probably insurmountable at this point.
2:25 in the third. St. X staring at second down and 10 from the Male 35-yard line.
Bulldogs need a big play on defense.
Trimble in the shotgun and a flag before the play can begin. Bulldogs going to sub in. Galvin Stevens back in for Mail as Christian White shuttles out. The penalty's on St. X. So the marker against the Tigers. A procedure of some sort, so second down and 14.
Yeah. The Bulldog defense still can't fall asleep because St. Xavier's guys are still dangerous on offense.
From the 39, there's a pass out in the flat. It's caught by Davis Yates, and Davis Yates back to the initial line of scrimmage as he lunged past it and dove very close to about the 32-yard line.
It makes a smart play and staying in bounds and keep that clock churning as well.
With 1:35 now in this third quarter. Got third down and 7. Karsten Bush lined in the slot here for X. Trimble needing 7, rolling right, sacked, brought down by the Mail front, and a loss of about 5 back at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was just what the Bulldogs needed. I mean, they had some good coverage out there in the secondary and just enough pressure to get Trimble down for a sack. Looks like they're going for this here.
It'll be fourth down and about 9, it appears, with 50 seconds left in the third, and X going to keep their offense out there. This is too lengthy of a field goal from the 37. Fourth down and 9, a big play. Trimble in the shotgun, and it's a quick punt, and he's going to punt it down, trying to pin Mail back, and they will. And Harbin watches it trickle down to the 6, a punt by Trimble of 31 yards.
Great call by Coach Wallace. Everybody thought they were going for it, and Trimble catches and just gives a little bit of a pooch down the field, and Bulldogs had quite the length of the field to go here.
Again, field position has been tilted heavily in St. X's favor this evening.
Great call by Coach Wallace there. I love the call by the Tigers.
And Mail backed up at their 6, it appears. First down and 10. The officials conferring about something on the near sideline. There's no flag. It's just recycling a play here for Mail.
Yeah, we've been praising that offensive line here early in the evening, so it's important those guys come together. They're going to need to come together if Mail's going to have a chance in coming back and winning this one.
From the 6, first down and 10 Mail. 29 seconds in this third quarter. There's Jordan Williams. Gives to Steron Davidson. Davidson around the short side of the field. He'll pick up a few. A little breathing room there as he's ushered out of bounds with 24 seconds in the third.
Yeah, he hadn't had much success up the middle, so he decided to kind of try to get around the corner on that one and was able to get, like you said, a little bit of breathing room. Decent pickup on the play.
Pick up about 4 yards with 24 seconds in the third. They're going to mark this from the Mail 10. So even with the negative field position here for Mail, their defense was able to get the football back for their offense. Still a full quarter to play from the 10. Second and 6 Mail. And Williams back to throw. Out of the flat, it's caught out there, and that's going to be a first down. Nice grab by Jesse Jones. First time we've called his name, and it's going to be a pickup across the 15 for a first down.
Yeah, tight end Jesse Jones. I mean, you know, he's known for catching the ball and making some big plays himself. Somebody needs to let these Bulldogs know it's important they get out of bounds. You know, every single second is going to count. I mean, they're down 10, and now we're down to the fourth quarter.
That's Jesse Jones' 13th grab of the year. Going to be a first down and 10 Mail. When we come back, 3 quarters in the books. St. X over the Mail Bulldogs, 24-14 on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Male Bulldogs from their own, about their 15-yard line, 1st down and 10 as we get set for the 4th quarter. Trying to mount a comeback, Jordan Williams. And that ball is loose as Williams. I'm not sure what happened there, but the Bulldogs able to recapture that.
I don't know if
the ball
somebody punched
fumbled?
it out. Yeah, it just kind of had a slow kind of twirl into the air. I'm not sure how that happened. Almost like somebody, again, maybe punched it out.
Male will have the football, but they're going to be back inside their own 10 after that unless it's ruled an incompletion. The vantage point that we have is certainly not favorable as we're field level, but it's a loss of Male and now an official stop as the White Hat's going to stop play with a dead ball.
Like we got a St. Xavier Tiger down.
We do have an injured Tiger.
Things kind of unraveling a little bit here for the Bulldogs on offense.
Well, because it's 2nd down and 10, that leads me to believe it was an incomplete pass. That ball had an odd look to it, but it will be from the 16 for Male. 2nd down and 10 after the resumption of play.
I thought Williams had handed it off, and then next thing I know, the ball was coming back his way somehow. I'm not sure what that was about.
He's got a conversation with the officials. We're going to step aside an injured St. X student athlete. 2nd and 10 with 11:40 left in this game. More coverage after this pause.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Ethan Harris was the injured St. X student athlete. He appears okay, so he'll trot off the field under his own power. And they're going to reset the down and distance. So it's now 2nd down and 21. So whatever it was, it had to be a fumble that was recovered for Male on that last play.
Whatever it was, it's got the Bulldogs in one of their deepest holes of the game.
Male's at their own 7-yard line. It's 2nd down and a mile here. Second play from scrimmage in the 4th quarter. Jordan Williams leaves it with Steron Davidson, and Davidson not going anywhere as he tried to bounce it outside.
It's just not there. And again, I'm not sure of the adjustment that the Tigers have made, but what was just really gaining some big yards early in the first half. It's going nowhere for the Bulldogs.
Well, now we've got another injury, another St. X injury with 11:10 left. Not sure who that is either. And a case here for Male here. You just want to not do anything terrible here, backed up deep in your own territory.
Yeah. And they need a play. They really need a big play on offense. But again, like I said, you want to take care of the ball down here.
We'd like to thank all of our corporate partners that support Glycod, and thank you guys so much for watching us throughout the course of yet another successful season. Please subscribe to our growing YouTube platform, free to watch high school athletics, and we can't wait to continue what we're already doing here this season. Basketball in a couple of weeks and high school football playoffs concluding play here in just a couple of weeks as well. So the injured St. X student athlete will be assisted off. That's defensive end Corey Tutt. So on back-to-back plays, you've had a pair of St. X interior linemen go down.
Yeah, he's getting off on his own. We got a little bit of a limp there. Coach Wolf got a few extra moments to try to put something together for this Bulldog offense. Let's see what they come out and are able to accomplish. They're backed up there pretty good right now.
So 2 80-yard touchdown drives in the first half for Male, and they have been backed up throughout the balance of this game. 11:06 as the clock starts. 3rd down and long for Male. Jordan Williams back to throw. Williams out of the pocket, navigating his way up the field, brought down at the 10-yard line. Nice open field tackle there for St. X.
Yeah, Williams just couldn't find anybody downfield, so he decided to take it up the middle himself, and a little bit of breathing room, but not much yardage by Williams on that run.
Tackle by number 45, Louis Murr.
So Mayo going to send on their punting unit with 10:36 to play.
Yeah, that protection, that momentum, all that positive that we saw in the first half, we really just haven't seen it out of the Bulldogs since coming out of the halftime, out of the locker room at halftime.
Seth Henson for the second time in this game, literally underneath his own goalpost, punting from deep in his own end zone. Back for St. X's Caden Barker in Male territory at the 40. Henson with a snap, and it's a high end-over-end kick. Fielded and fumbled, and Male tries to recover it, and the Bulldogs have it after the fumble. Male football at their 42-yard line.
Yeah, exactly what the Bulldogs needed again, And I think we're seeing the effects, even though it's not raining anymore. These guys just trying to handle that wet football. I mean, that's the second or third time we've seen the ball on the ground here in the second half.
So the Bulldogs recover the Barker fumble. Both teams with a turnover in this half. And after sudden change, Male will have it from their 42-yard line with 9:59 to play.
Yeah, this offense has to be able to put something together on this drive.
Jordan Williams in a gun. Steron Davidson behind him. Davidson with a handoff. There's a second-level rush, gain of about 5 yards. Nice tackle there by Hunt Himsel, the St. X linebacker.
Yeah, that may be the first time we've seen a little bit of success out of that play that they were so successful in the first half with.
Joe Burton, the Male left guard, appeared ailing, and the clock continues to run as Male going to call the play from the near sideline as Chris Wolf takes his time there with 9:23 in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can't take too much time. Every second counts, and there's plenty of clock left. The Bulldogs need some positive yardage here.
Male football from their 49-yard line, 2nd down and a nickel. 9 minutes remaining. Back to throw Williams. Slings it to the boundary, intercepted. Intercepted by Harbin, and then that ball may have spilled out at the end on a fumble. And St. X has it. Harbin fumbled it, but then recovered by Hunt Himsel at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, big play by Harbin. We've seen him score a touchdown from the wide out position, and now he comes up with a big interception. That was a huge turnover for the Bulldogs.
Williams, 2 turnovers in this game, a fumble inside his 15, and then an interception there, a back-breaking turnover with 8:55 left, and we'll see what this Male defense can do as St. X will have it from their 42-yard line. It's 1st down and 10.
I didn't even see anybody over there but Harbin. I don't know if that slipped out of his hands or kind of what Williams saw there, but huge turnover for the Bulldogs.
And Mason Trimble in the shotgun for St. X. Trimble on a design draw. And a great tackle there. He's met in the hole by Jones of Male.
Yeah, Jones able to get some pressure there and get Trimble to the ground, and that was still, I think they just spread him out, and that was a design quarterback draw. St. Xavier trying to eat as much of this clock up as possible right now.
It's 8:35 in the fourth. Jesse Jones on that stop. With 8:30 left, officially a loss of 2. So second down and a dozen as this St. X offense, 3 unanswered touchdowns. Trimble back to throw, 4-man rush. Trimble slings it, caught, but short of a first down. Ball's caught to the near side. That's Oliver Kukla. Third down and 4 coming up.
Tigers staying aggressive on offense, still working the ball down field in the air.
7:53 left. Ball at the St. X 49-yard line.
Bulldogs desperately needing to stop here on this third down.
There's Trimble in a shotgun, with Wyatt Graven positioned to his right, and the clock continues to dwindle. Nearly 7:30 remaining. Trimble back to throw. Faces pressure to the near side. First down as he skirts down the near sideline. Near the 40-yard line. Mail had an opportunity coming around the edge. That was Kamari Hayes that could not get to him.
Yeah, Kamari Hayes just not able to get his hands on Trimble good enough to get him to the ground. And that would actually have been a very significant sack. But Trimble, being the athlete that he is, actually turns it into a first down and moving the chains for the St. Xavier Tigers.
Gain of about 13. Now at the Mail 42, and the stoppage of play with 7:17 remaining. St. X, minus the fumble by Barker on the punt, they have played a perfect second half.
They have, you know.
And the official think we're going to add some time to the clock as he's trying to make eye contact all the way up in the press box with the clock operator. And they'll bump 3 seconds on now. 7:20 to play. 24-14 Tigers. From the Mail 42-yard line, that's Graven. And a second level rush, is churning those legs as he'll move for a couple.
Yeah, Graven's been running that ball hard all night, and I would expect, to be honest, for them to just let him grind it out and really try to eat as much of this clock up as possible. Bulldogs down 10 and under 7 minutes to go here.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have seemed to have just kind of lost their energy as well,
The defense has been on the field an awful lot here in this second half. That was not the case in the first half.
You got to be able to move the ball on the ground if you want to keep this offense off the field.
There's Graven. And good open field tackle there for Mail, as Graven might have gotten a couple. Now you've got third down and long.
Yeah, I'm sure the Tigers are going to take their sweet time and either give it back to Graven or spread everything out and let Trimble try to run for a first down.
6:08 in the fourth. George Jewell races on for Mail, the interior line position.
Bulldogs need to get some pressure here to try to disrupt and get a loss on this play.
Still 3 timeouts for the Bulldogs, but this play almost mandatory here for Mail. With 5:45 is St. X now going to run a play. Graven up the gut, and he's short of a first down. And it's fourth down, at least eye level here, about 1.
Yeah. Sure, they're going to again let this clock tick down as far as they can. And
5:28 left, and we'll see what this Mail defense can do as they try to somehow give their offense one more chance. It's fourth down and 1 from the Mail 37 with 5:13 left. Kevin Wallace sending on the play call at the far sideline.
They're definitely capable of getting a stop here. They just got to get some pressure up front, which is tough to do, but we've seen them do it on occasion here this evening.
And a whistle blows, and I believe St. X going to call timeout, and they will. So the Tigers pause play. We'll step aside as well. 4:59 remaining. It's 4th down and 1. More coverage after this.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Fourth down and 1 for St. X from the male 37 with 4:59 in the fourth. Can Male's defense get off the field here?
Male high school season probably in the balance on display here.
Trimble, handoff Harbin, and he's got the first down as he just pinballed off a couple of Bulldogs. Harbin gained about 3, and that might do it. Here's he'll take it to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've even seen Harbin get the ball from the running back position here this evening, but Coach Wallace going to his bread and butter. Harbin's had a huge second half, too, on offense and defense.
Had that lengthy touchdown reception on the second play of the half on the slant, some 60-something yards, and then the key interception, which set up this St. X drive. We talked about it, Dion. Male would almost have to play a perfect game. They played well at times, but certainly not perfect. As Harbin leaks around the edge, and Marlon Harbin down inside the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers.
That'll do it. Yeah, you know, they put in a good effort tonight, and I mean of just trying to keep Harbin out of the game. They actually did an excellent job in the first half, but you know, again, I think I mentioned it at halftime. They needed to get the ball in Harbin's hands, and they've done that, and he's showed up big.
2 touchdowns in the half and an interception for Marlon Harbin with 4:17 left, and the Tiger faithful on the far sideline, they're well aware of what lies ahead as they move on, very likely to the semifinal round. St. X hold as backup quarterback Will Burmester, and add 1 to the tally. The PAT is good. Now this from HKC Roofing. You're watching Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Stay tuned for the end of the game. We'll have the State Farm Insurance Mike Shelton Most Outstanding Player. Also take a look ahead to next week's potential coverage here on Glycod and get Dion's thoughts on not only tonight's game but the male season as the Bulldogs improve rapidly throughout the course of the year. But tonight, not enough, at least in this second half. And another touchback for the Bulldogs as the kick by Seals sails into the end zone.
Yeah, you know, again, Bulldogs got themselves in a pretty deep hole. You know, hopefully they can, you know, keep it together and, you know, just have some pride about themselves and finish this game off strong.
Jordan Williams, the improvement that young man showed throughout the course of the season. Good to see him finish it out here. Still 4:17 left. Meal with 3 timeouts.
Bulldogs haven't taken many strikes downfield this second half either.
There's a screen lofted, and that's caught across the middle under a heavy congestion there. Gain of about 5 yards. That's Christian White that brought it down.
Yeah, senior Christian White. You know, he's had a solid game tonight. Again, just pulling his weight on both sides of the ball tonight. And again, you know, Bulldogs just kind of ran out of gas here in the second half.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the male 23.
Bulldogs, I think, resigned to the fact here as they just take their time to send on some plays with 3:38 remaining. Great to hear Coach Wolf talk before the game about that win last week and all the big ones that he's had in his career, that perhaps that was one of the more meaningful ones.
I would agree. It was one of the more prouder moments I've had as a Bulldog myself.
There's Williams, pass out in the flat. Ball's caught. There was Kamari Young on the grab, caught out in the open field, short of a first down.
Hicktard, and he's still in bounds, so that clock is still ticking.
Gain of about 1. With 2:55 on the clock. Colin Jefferson jogging into the Male huddle. He has made so many big plays throughout the course of this season, but that catch on that 2-point conversion is one that will live on for a long time.
Oh, for sure.
At Male High School.
Yeah, he'll remember that for the rest of his life, no doubt about it.
3rd down and 4. Jordan Williams back to throw. Guns it across. Nice grab. There's Steron Davidson out the backfield. 1st down as Davidson ahead of steam, caught up to the 36. Gain of 10.
Yeah, Jordan Williams finds Davidson coming across the middle, and like he's been doing all night, he brings the ball in a really tough run after the catch.
Gain of 10. 2:25 left. Steron Davidson played magnificently tonight. Jordan Williams back to throw, and he's going to tuck it and run and slide down at the 38. He'll pick up about 2.
Ball carried by Williams.
Like Williams is coming out of the game. That's probably his last high school snap there.
Gain of 3. I think Williams, like he may have landed awkwardly there as he slid down, and the Bulldogs going to have a new quarterback out there. That's Leon Melvin, and Melvin's going to shuttle that pass short to Colin Jefferson. Melvin, a 5'6", 645-pound sophomore. 55% completions on the season with 240 pass yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to come out of that. He's had a solid season as well, but it's pretty tough to come off the sideline that cold at this point in time in the game and try to make something happen. He really couldn't put enough on that ball to get it there.
With 140 in this 4th quarter.
A couple more plays here for the Bulldogs.
And Melvin will shuttle in. Williams watches his companion Leon Melvin take a snap in the shotgun, and Melvin rolling left, and he's going to duck it and take a pounding in the open field, a yard short of a first down.
Ball carried by number 18, Leon Melvin.
Yeah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Melvin will probably be the man at the helm next year for the Bulldogs. So, gonna let him finish off the season here, it looks like.
Well, you got Jansen Brumley, a junior, seen some time at quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
Both Melvin and Brumley. Male calls timeout with 1:27 left. It's 4th down and 1.
Yeah, we'll probably see a combination of both of those guys, knowing Coach Wolf.
The improvement that this team showed throughout the course of the season. I remember opening night, August 22nd, Male was playing at Butler, and I believe it was Joey Hamilton and Paul Najar calling that game, and they were just saying that they knew the kicker. Seth Henson was a familiar name, and you knew a couple defensive players, but beyond that, other than Colin Jefferson, Steron Davidson, didn't really know many of these guys, and they've really improved this year.
Oh, absolutely. And again, I'm proud of them. Nobody expected them to be here tonight. So and they've put up a decent effort. This is a great St. X football team. It wouldn't surprise anybody for these guys to take it all. So I think the Bulldogs have had a season that they can keep their head up about, and they should be proud.
See what the Bulldogs can do here. They need 1 yard to continue the drive from the 38, and Melvin, they're going to get a first down. That's Steron Davidson, and a great run down to the 42-yard line, a pickup of 12 yards.
Steron Davidson finishing the game like he started, just still running hard, finishing strong.
Bulldogs still 2 timeouts remaining with 1:18 left. And Leon Melvin, and there's a flag. It's going to be on Male. Movement at the top of the visual picture on Male.
It looked like Davison was trying to get to the line of scrimmage and get lined up, and can't be moving forward like that, so they're going to call offsides on him. False start.
First down and 15, the byproduct of that penalty. The Tiger 47 is Melvin back to throw. Now Melvin going to roll, and he's going to sling it. Great throw and catch. That's very close to a first down. Savion Vaughn tried to tell the official to mark it forward. He's about 2 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, Leon Melvin doing a good job of getting away from that pressure, getting to the outside, and making a really good throw on the out route there. Again, Leon Melvin's got a lot of promise. It'll be interesting to see some of the success he has next year.
It was a Kamari Young, I beg your pardon, on that catch. Second down and 2, and Melvin going to heave it down to the boundary. Nobody there. It's well short of a Male Bulldog and incomplete with 54 seconds now in the third.
Yeah, I think he was just throwing that one away.
I like the moxie of Melvin.
So do I.
Just comes in, and he does have that intangible, looks like.
So do I, and again, that starts with Coach Wolf, and I mean, these guys have got pride. They're going to finish with, with some dignity.
54 seconds now, third down. And 2 for the Bulldogs. Male led at 14-3 in the first half. And St. X, 4 unanswered touchdowns. Melvin back to throw, screen pass. Christian White to the near side, and White wrangling to the near side. There goes White, first down. And out close to the 20-yard line, gain of 13 yards.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really had a lot of success getting that ball to White in the open field out in the flats here toward the end of the season. Just a little too late here this evening.
Credit gain of 11. 46 seconds left. Gallant effort for the Bulldogs tonight, going to fall short against a very solid St. X Tiger team.
Absolutely.
Melvin back to throw, and he's going to try to escape to the left, and may have thrown an interception, and it will be. It's picked off to the near sideline. One of the linemen dove for it and picked it off at the near sideline. Interception by Ben Pinkston.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are still playing, but so are the St. Xavier Tigers, and they're able to come up with the interception there. So, much respect to the St. X Tigers, and salute to the Bulldog seniors. Some of these guys, this will be their last time suiting up, and, it'll be tough to deal with tonight, but they should be proud of what this team has been able to accomplish this season.
So 39 seconds left. And the career for Tigers coach Kevin Wallace will continue on for at least one more week. At last look, Trinity, a very big win. So if South Warren, St. X takes an E, if South Warren defeats Henderson County tonight, that means you're going to have a very interesting matchup here next week with St. X traveling to Trinity in the semifinal. St. X takes an E, and that's going to wrap it up. 2 exemplary coaches, 2 very classy head coaches shake hands at the 40-yard line. It's Chris Wolf and Kevin Wallace.
Congratulations to the St. X Tigers. They came out and earned this one tonight. So good luck to those guys for the rest of their season.
Yep. Good effort by the Bulldogs. St. X a winner, though, 31-14. Stay close. We'll update the score ticker. We'll have a recap for you, and we'll get Dion's thoughts on the Male Bulldog season. More coverage. Thanks so much for watching Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by HKC Roofing. For your next roof repair or improvement, contact HKC at 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed.
Final score tonight, St. X defeats the Mill Bulldogs 31-14. St. X now 10-3 on the season. Mill's season will conclude at 8-5, and really a tale of 2 different halves in this game.
Yeah, it was. You hit it right on the nose. I mean, just 2 totally different halves, and you have to take your hat off to the St. Xavier Tigers. I don't think the Bulldogs just gave up. I think the Tigers came out and really put their foot on the gas, and the Bulldogs just weren't able to keep up.
Yeah, the key fumble by Williams back inside the 15-yard line, really giving St. X a free 7 points. But they dominated the line of scrimmage in the second half.
They did on both sides of the ball. I mean, it got to the point to where, that play that the Bulldogs kept running where Davison was having so much success up the middle, that was just non-existent. And then on the other side of the ball, they were doing a really good job of protecting Kimball, and the St. Xavier Tigers were able to get Marlon Harbin involved in the second half, and that was really the difference in this game.
You look at the Mill defense, and they did some really good things, but they were on the field way, way too much in this game.
They were. Again, and I think the difference was really Marlon Harbin. He was, you really didn't see much of him in the first half. The Bulldogs were up, and, he comes in the second half and, ends up with 2 touchdowns and interceptions and a couple of big plays on defense as well.
So the final score tonight, St. X defeats Mill 31-14. We'll step aside. We'll have the State Farm Insurance agent Mike Shelton's most outstanding players, and we'll get some closing thoughts from Dion Reese. Be right back after this from Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Seminin Realtors, always one step ahead.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Seminin Realtors, always one step ahead. And Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by our good friend Mike Shelton at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and boy, we didn't hesitate much about for males, Deron Davidson.
Yes, Deron Davidson. I mean, he was the engine tonight. You know, he was running the ball hard all night long and was playing double duty. I mean, was even guarding Harbin a lot of the times on the outside and really shut him down in the first half. So, and again, even though he didn't have as much success in the second half running the ball, that wasn't on him. That St. Nick's defense was just getting too much pressure, but he finished his game off strong and is most definitely the most outstanding player for the Bulldogs this evening.
Christian White, another strong game for him, both offensively and defensively. And I thought on defense, Albert Bledsoe stood out a little bit.
Absolutely, and salute to those guys, man. Seniors, you know, they really held this team down this year. And again, like I said, you know, shout out to all the seniors for the male Bulldogs. All of those guys were outstanding today and really finished the season off strong.
For St. X, Marlon Harbin, the difference, he was quiet early, but boy, he sure wasn't late in the game.
He absolutely was the difference. I mean, the Bulldogs, I mean, you know, the score kind of got away from them, but they were up at halftime, you know. So, It's and we didn't see much of Harbin. And in that second half, he exploded on both sides of the ball. Came up with a huge interception and was able to get into the end zone twice, and even ran for a big first down here toward the end of the game to kind of put the nail in the coffin. So Marlon Harbin is the most outstanding player for the St. Xavier Tigers this evening.
Some big plays on offense for the Tigers. Lucas Shelton, Wyatt Graven, both those guys stood out. And then on defense, we didn't really call Karsten Bush's name a whole lot, but boy, Jamari Carroll, solid game outside defense.
Yeah, just all around a great game by the St. Xavier Tigers tonight. Coach Wallace, came through again, just improving on his impeccable career here with the St. X Tigers, and they were able to come up with an impressive victory tonight.
Some great games going on Glycod. Douglas and Ryle, 14. Ryle's just scored, trying to tie it up, and that PAT is good. So Douglas and Ryle tied at 14 with 3 minutes left. Atherton looks like the real deal. They're beating Bowling Green 41-7, 8 minutes left in the third quarter. And there you see the rest of the scores at the bottom of your screen. Well, Dion, that'll do it for us this year from the male portion. And the program, it's just different. John Kelsey put the tweet out this week, and male is just nothing like Male High, and it just it speaks for itself week in and week out. Be a part of this team.
Yeah, again, they started the season with a huge question mark and, had lots of, ups and downs. And to be quite honest, the outside, chatter was that, male is just not themselves. So to be honest, to have finished the season like they finished it, I couldn't be more proud of them. That was a better football team, than they were last week against Manual. They were able to pull off the victory, and then to even come into here tonight and fight the way they did, and actually spend a good portion of this game up on the Tigers is something they should be proud of.
Thanks for partaking in the journey with us, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the future. More coverage coming up next week. Check out the schedule here this weekend on Glycod.com. We will update next week's schedule for you. So a temporary goodbye. Thank you to St. X for having us tonight. For our great executive producer, Steve Bird, and analyst and friend, Dion Reese, I'm Chris Labar. Good night. You've been watching 6A quarterfinal action live on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod. From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, your premier metal recycling solution. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Interstate Batteries and Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Visit Glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.